It's crazy though because it is fucking fight week, the last pay-per-view of the year.
Fight week. It is fucking fight week. And if you guys want to have some fun with the fights this weekend, you can go to our friends over at BetMGM. MMA and boxing fans, you follow that link down below, you can get up to $1,500 in free bets if you do not hit and you start up a BetMGM account. Contact 1-800-GAMBLER if you're having any issues. However, if you're not, you can have some fun this weekend. UFC 310 is a huge card. Go ahead and follow that link down below. Get up to $1,500 in free bets.
Alexandre Pantoja, the current champ, a minus 250 on the betting line, plus 200. It might be changed by Kai Asakura. If you want to if you want to put down a wager.
Kai's a savage. If you haven't seen him, coming over from Japan, absolutely fantastic fight. You know what? Should we just break into the preview first before the recap? Because I'd much rather talk about this UFC 310 card than PFL.
I guess we could start it hot,
Yeah, well, we're gonna hit it hot. We're gonna hit it hot and heavy. After 10 minutes of food talk, we're breaking into UFC 310, going down this Saturday night from the T-Mobile Arena, Dateline, Las Vegas, Nevada. J.A., I'm taking your job, John Anik. Don't worry about it. In the main event, Alexandre Pantoja, the cannibal out of Rio de Janeiro, 28-5 is the record. The current UFC flyweight champion won the gold last July in a fight of the lifetime contender against Brandon Moreno. One of my all-time favorite fights, that trilogy, back and forth. He won the gold by split decision in December. He beats Brandon Royval, the number 2 ranked guy in the division. And then, if you guys don't know, he's pretty much wiped out the entire division in the build-up to getting the title. If you look at the record, his only losses, Davidson Figueroa no longer at flyweight, Askarov no longer in the UFC.
Not really even competing anymore.
Exactly. And then he lost to Dustin Ortiz in his second UFC fight, so not a lot to really take away from there. But since essentially 2019, the guy's been unstoppable. Beat Steve Erceg in May. Kind of an interesting test, though. Steve Erceg ranked number 9 at the time, wasn't supposed to get the title shot.
Came damn near close to winning that title.
Came damn close. Well, now he's in the position of facing another guy, kind of more unknown, right? Not a champion. In fact, not even a UFC fighter. Kai Asakura signed to the company earlier this year. 21-4 is the record. We know the story. Former Rizin bantamweight champion. Just a hard-hitting guy. Of its 25 wins, 16 coming by way of finish. A lot of UFC veterans in there. Obviously defeated Koji Horiguchi. He broke Olka Sosaki's jaw back in 2019. Defeated Manel Cape as well over there in Rizin. So you get the point here. This guy is an absolute fucking savage. If you have not seen the embedded, if you've not seen some of the preview stuff, you've not gotten a feel for this guy, you've not gotten the taste of his flavor, okay? You're going to find out Saturday night whenever he becomes UFC flyweight champion. That's right, Angel. I'm giving the prediction already. I can't stop myself. No.
Jake Paul?
Man. All right. Well, I don't know about that. But any jokes aside, as far as the main event goes, I kind of got too heated. But on paper, this is one of the greatest fights of the year. I could not be more excited for it. Give me your thoughts, Angel.
I mean, if this is not violence personified, I will be disappointed, dude. I mean, these are two of the most entertaining fighters on the planet. Dude, fuck rankings aside, fuck everything aside for once. Especially right now, like, this fight is just perfect right now for the state of flyweight. Because if Pantoja wins, things can kind of get figured out. It gives a little room for guys to kind of push themselves and set themselves in position to fight for the title. And for Asakura, if he comes in here, he makes a big boom. Makes a big boom, big jump into the division, and kind of gets set up to potentially be a relevant player in the promotion, you know? If you guys watch this guy's highlight reel, you'll know. This guy does not let you down. Win, lose, or draw, whatever it may be. He will give it his all. Talking about Kai Asakura here for y'all. Same with Pantoja,
both
though.
Guys, yeah.
Both guys, I mean, same to Pantoja. I do believe, though, like, kind of say, I don't think Pantoja's way of fight is due for the long run. I'm not saying this is going to be the fight to, like, do him done, and this will be the fight that'll set him back, and it'll be the downfall from here. But I do genuinely believe, like, he can only fight that way so many times. Same with Brandon Moreno before, like, eventually it just doesn't work anymore. Yeah. And, dude, Kai thrives in the chaos.
He does.
Guy, kind of reminds me about, like, these guys like making this shit a shit show because they live in that. I don't know why, man, but like, I'll say it. I think if you want to play it safe, intelligent, pick would be Pantoja, 100%. There's all the dominoes in position to tell you why it's the right choice. On the other end, Asakura, though, he's a big question mark. I'm curious to see how is he at this level? How is he going to do? How is he going to perform? Is he going to show up? Is he gonna surprise us in a good or bad way? You know, I mean, I hope it's not a blow. If it's a blowout, it'd be very sad. I think on the Pantoja to Asakura, if it was Asakura to Pantoja, it'd be like, you know, this guy just did this. But Josh, I got to do it for the hype, man. With how much of a Looney Tunes year it's been, I'm gonna have to go Kai Asakura.
Yeah, you know, I'm not gonna lie with you. Same. Yeah, I mean that's part of it's just the vibe. Sometimes I've said this before in the show. There's some fights where like I break it down in my head. I'll go rewatch fights. I'll get all technical with it.
You'll watch similar fight styles too, like
exactly. I'll watch breakdowns. I'll try because I'm like, all right, I gotta come on the show this week. I gotta give like an actual technical breakdown. This fight, and no offense to these guys, because they can be technical when they want to. These are two guys who thrive in the chaos. They throw caution to the wind like it's nothing else, and it works out for him. Pantoja, even in fights where he's had to like down the stretch, the Brandon Royval rematch, Steve Ursay rematch, he's kind of had to go back to the grappling. Those first 3 rounds, he was out there swinging and banging. The guy just doesn't give a fuck. Kai Asakura, he's not the guy you want to do that with, man. Very hard hitter, competent on the ground. Although obviously that's kind of, if you had to pick a weak spot, you'd say on the mat for him.
Hey man, you seen that footage of him training with Rob Davashili though?
He's been putting in the work, and he has had some submission wins in the past. We got to also give him that credit. I don't know, man. I think it could come. Obviously, Pantoja is a safe pick, but I think Kai Asakura is going to catch him. I think he might catch him early, even down the stretch, maybe, man. I'm going to go Kai Asakura. I think it's just part of, too, is just the vibe. By the way this guy's carried himself in fight week.
He has an aura.
He's just like, dude, he knows this is his fucking moment. And they can't take it away from him.
By the way, how likely do you think it is for him to commit a foul? It will happen at least sometime in his UFC career. Right?
I mean, sometime in the UFC career. Oh, absolutely.
Well, I'm not talking like eye poke, dick kick. I'm talking like illegal knee, bro.
Yeah, no, I think I'll give it a 20% chance.
Could you imagine?
1 out of 5.
Could you imagine if he knocks down Pantoja and then goes for a soccer kick to the head? Or a head stomp.
So fucking cool though. Josh not be so fucking
Josh
cool.
is like pride never
dude
die.
This is my MMA hot take, and I've said this to you before. Is a guy who like I'm generally more like, hey, let's take the safety approach. These are all actual human beings. That being said, your boy loves soccer kicks. Some of those soccer kicks, was it the Roger Worth, the one where he just got murdered or something?
That was bad though. That was one of the.
But at the same time, you're kind of watching it like, isn't that kind of fucking cool though? Like, isn't that like a nice ass?
But then you're like, damn, you know, Rampage holding the, you know, the 2 sides of the ropes and head
stomping. See, that was just as cool. No, but look, we're in agreement on the main event. I'm surprised about that, but I'm actually not that surprised. I think you and I, we're both kind of Ryzen guys, so it's like not that surprising to me. Like if you guys haven't watched Ryzen, his run in Ryzen,
it's still very.
It makes a lot more sense.
It's a very fun show to watch.
Incredibly fun, and they actually just announced their end of the year card. We got Jose Shorty Torres on there. We got a couple good names on there. Like Ryzen, whenever they actually do big events, they're the best thing in MMA. But they're just kind of rare in that way. That being said, we're in alignment on the main event. Co-main event is just as intriguing to me as the main event, okay? It is going to be a 5-round non-title co-main event. Shavkat Rakhmonov, Nomad, is the name. 30 years old, 18-0, 18 up, 18 down. And by putting him down, I mean, nobody's reached the scorecards. In fact, nobody's made it out of the 3rd fucking round with this guy. And the resume is just excellent. You're talking about Wonderboy Thompson, Jeff Neal, Neil Magny, Carlson Harris, Alex Cowboy Oliveira in there, man. Just so many good guys. And it's kind of looked like for a while this guy's a future champion. I think everybody agrees with that. However, he's now set to face another undefeated welterweight, another guy that looks like he could be a future champion, Ian Machado Garry, 15-0. 18-0 versus 15-0. Dude, it writes itself, okay? Winner gets the title shot. Ian Machado Garry, they have a couple of common opponents in there. They both beat Jeff Neal. They both beat Neil Magny. Machado Garry, we obviously know the story there. Irishman, feels confident. You know, he's young, long, rangy, 27 years old, out of Dublin. He's won me over. I gotta say it. Yeah. I've never been an Ian Machado Garry fan. I never hated him.
I always enjoyed the guy.
I never hated him as much as everybody else. But did I think he was kind of obnoxious? Yeah. Same time though, the cojones you have to have the fucking balls to step up and fight Shavkat Rakhmonov on short notice, mind you. Not a full camp. He took this fight about 3-4 weeks ago. The balls.
Granted, we will say he was in camp to fight Buckley in Florida.
But he signed a deal after already calling out Shavkat. He knew that was a possibility.
Oh, no. Yeah, you're not wrong. And on top of that, he's going to fight a week earlier than what he would have expected.
Exactly. So it's still short notice.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. And after so many guys, even like guys who I respect and adore, Kamaru Usman, like he went out there and was like, "Yo, I'll fight Shavkat UFC 310." The time came. They offered him the fight.
By the way,
he said no.
did you see we finally got to confirm the Prates thing from Shavkat?
No.
That Carlos Prates was offered the fight and he accepted it, but the UFC found out that he had an injury on his foot. They were like, okay, let's hold off. But I gotta say, dude, holy fuck. Carlos Prates could have had the greatest rookie debut in UFC history, and it would have been even fucking close if he took that fight.
God, dude.
Even if he lost it, I would have argued to the end of the time that would have been the greatest single win year out of a UFC non-champion fighter.
What a fucking dude. Oh my God. I didn't know that. Man, what a savage. I mean, I knew that Carlos Prates accepted a fight. We just didn't know against who, but like he couldn't fight because of injury. He said that. So what a badass. But yeah, man, apparently Carlos Prates, Ian Machado Garry, the only guys with the balls to stand up and face Shavkat Rakhmonov. According to the current line from our friends over at BetMGM, it's not looking great, but it's closer than a lot of other Shavkat fights. Minus 400 for Saturday night. Ian Machado Garry coming back as a plus 300. If you're looking for some value there.
That's a pretty wide margin. I gotta say.
That's wide, but also, if you look at Shavkat Rakhmonov, his previous betting lines, it is closer than normal. I mean,
it's been that wide in the past.
Yeah, I mean, he was a minus 210 against Bilal Muhammad. He was a minus 600 against a Wonder Boy. Minus 450 against Jeff Neal.
Dude,
so,
talking about funny shit that could happen. Wouldn't it be so fucking funny if Ian Garry won? These internet fucking soy boys would go insane, dude.
No, bro, what do you mean? Ian Machado Gary's a soy boy, bro. What do you mean? You know?
Dude, he's a cuck.
He's a cuck, dude. Look, like I said, I never really cared about the Ian Machado Garry stuff outside of cage. I just thought he's kind of a dick. But at the same time, like I said, if you're gonna, this is the type of shit that you do if you do believe all the shit you're saying. So it's kind of like, damn, he's kind of stepping up. He's talking the talk and he's walking the walk. I don't think he's gonna win on Saturday night though. As funny as it would be, and it'd be so fucking funny. It'd be so fucking funny. I don't think he will. I think he's doing a lot of the right things. I think he's been in camp with Charlie Olives over there down in Brazil. I think he's putting in the work on the mat. We know on the feet he has the skills, but he still gets caught quite a lot. He leaves himself kind of open. I think Shavkat could catch him on the feet, sub him on the mat. What do you think?
I mean, dude, I don't know. I think Ian's gonna surprise a lot of people. I think his hands are clearer than Shavkat, if I'm being honest. I really do think that 100%. Like when that guy enters flow state, he's pretty on.
Oh yeah,
on the feet, he's pretty on. And I mean, granted, I don't think Shavkat will allow him to find comfort on the feet. If he does, though, I will be shocked. And then at that point, which the fight will go to the ground, which at that point, I think that's a completely. I mean, that's going to be a whole different dynamic. I think when the fight hits the mat, I think that's when we're going to see who will more likely to not win this fight, or how close this fight's truly going to be. Because if there's a gap there, we will see a massive shift in the direction of who's going to win the fight.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk about. I think it's a safe pick, dude. But I gotta say, man, like, don't sleep on Ian Garry. He could go out there and get ran through, but I got a weird feeling he's gonna surprise us in some facets. I think even if he made the distance, because no one else has made it, I'd be like, damn, like credit where credit is due. 27 years young, took the fight on short notice. Came a little early to the UFC, but kind of made it to this point. Like, if he made it there now at this stage, and like he has plenty of time to get back to the belt, like I'd be impressed no matter what. Like he would earn some major respect. Yeah, and he's gonna have a hard time in there. Like I'm curious to see, like he's had some hard moments in fights, obviously early on in the career, not so much now later. I think I'm curious to see how it's gonna be now against like this echelon of fighter. Like when things get hard, how is Ian Garry gonna react?
Mm-hmm. I agree. Yeah, my kind of vibe is that like I think Ian Machado Garry is gonna impress people early. I think he's absolutely going to catch him. I think the fight's actually going to look pretty similar to the Jeff Neal fight that Shavkat Rakhmonov had. If you watch that fight, Ian Machado Garry obviously beat Jeff Neal, but he kind of stayed on. Jeff Neal was kind of just barely getting out of the way of the big shots. He'd come back with some big ones of his own. He was kind of having success on the feet. But the thing is, Shavkat Rakhmonov has a chin made of just adamantium. So he was walking through the big shots. And eventually, he broke him down, hurt him in the third, ended up getting a sub win as well. I think a similar thing could happen. I think Ian Machado Garry is going to, like you said, whenever he enters flow state, he's hard to deal with. Look at the Neil Magny fight, for example. Just finding the big shots. always landing, always staying active, always moving. And he's going to need to stay on his bike on Saturday. And I think he will, but I think Shavkat Rakhmonov will break him down, and I think he'll get the win. Like we said, I love the fight, and I like this fight that's under it too, man. A rematch at heavyweight